Hi, Kyle Lynch here from the Black and White Table Talk down here at the Georgia World Congress Center, where we are going to have our Southern Region Championships. Teams that win get bids to go to Nationals, which is in Indianapolis and Minnesota this year. 180 referees, 2-day event, getting up early, staying out late, refereeing matches. It's going to be a great weekend. I'm about to interview the one, the only Michelle Prater. So we hope you enjoy this episode. Welcome to the Black and White Table Talk. I am so happy today to have the Michelle Prater. You're one of the most recognized, respected, just accomplished officials in the United States and internationally. I mean, you've worked every D1 conference across the country, multiple NCAA finals. We could sit here for probably half a day to talk about the volleyball matches you've officiated. But you're in both pro leagues, did finals for both of those pro leagues. Am I correct?
That is correct.
A grand slam of officiating volleyball. It's just unbelievable. But I think what makes you really special isn't just the work that you've done. It's who you've built in us as officials. It's remarkable. You're an unbelievable mentor. I don't know how many contacts you have in your phone. How many would you guess you have in your phone?
Actually, I could probably tell you about 2,100.
And you've helped us all. You've mentored us. I call you my volleyball mom. Your husband, Mark Prater, who we'll hopefully have on the podcast, is my volleyball father. And it's just unbelievable. So I'm so happy that you're here. So much to talk about. But would you start with just telling us how long you've been officiating, what got you started?
Yeah, absolutely. First, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate that. I started playing right out of high school. I fell in love with it, and way back then, we had to referee our own matches. So they gave me the whistle instead of a flag or a pin. So once we started reffing our own matches, it's something I fell in love with.
Wow.
And I was playing 4 or 5 days a week.
Wow.
So that means I was reffing 4 or 5 days a week as well. And it's something I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of turned into, your certifications. Yeah. And then, of course, I want to climb to the top of the ladder. So I worked as hard as I could to get to the top.
Wow. So who would you say are your volleyball mentors?
You have Steve Kenyon. You have the late Paul Albright.
Yes.
Those are 2 big ones, and there are many, many more that's helped me get where I was at. But I could not name all of them right this minute. We'd be here all day.
Right. So, I mean, if you have a tough match, who do you call? If you can't say Mark, but who do you call to talk to if you want to bounce a play? Do you bounce plays off?
Absolutely. So we have a text group called 6 Strong, and it includes there are 4 other international referees and then another national referee that we bounce rules, questions, just things that happen. We bounce those off each other. And it's like a volleyball family. Everybody is really a family, but these 5 people are really, really close. We typically touch base either every other day, whether it's just to say hi or what do you think about this, Libro, or, what happened today in your match, because we're watching matches on TV.
So you still watch a lot of volleyball? I mean, or do you? I mean, you get enough of it already, right?
I do. There are times where we like to sit and watch. We were just watching the men's Long Beach, and I don't even remember Hawaii.
Yeah.
So yeah, we still watch some volleyball.
Do you watch yourself still, or?
I do. That's how I learned some of the things that if a play happens, that I want to see where I was looking at, where my focus was at. How I can do things better.
Yeah.
So that's the best way is to videotape yourself or to watch yourself on TV to learn from mistakes.
it's one of those things we've got to watch tape, right? I think
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just critical.
absolutely.
One of the things that we do, though, with you, I don't know if you know this, but typically in the NCAA, the camera is it's behind you.
Right.
So what we've done, and I've been with people, and we have stopped the tape on you, and we've just, when you're doing a mechanic, right?
Yeah.
And we draw an outline, and it is always in the same place. I mean, it's unbelievable. Your down ball call, your everything is. How is it so perfect every single time?
It's muscle memory, and that's when we're teaching signals from new referees coming up. That's what we try to tell them. It's in the same place every single time, so you don't have to think about it. If the ball lands in the middle of the court, you're going to point to the same way. If it lands near the net, you're going to point in the same exact direction every single time. It doesn't move around. So
no matter where the ball is,
exactly,
right? I mean, I've seen people that, they're pointing to where the ball
right. And it's not
matter.
that. Nope, it's in the exact same place every single time as far as the signal goes.
Those signals they're unbelievable. I mean, it's just crazy. So was there a particular moment that happened that you felt like, man, I can do this, or, I'm going to be, could be really good?
Well, it's funny that you should say that. So obviously I was playing. I've also coached. And at the moment I was coaching, I was also trying to get my certifications for junior national and national. And one of my mentors said, you can't be good at both. So he's like, either pick coaching or pick refereeing. And I figured I could go a lot further in refereeing than I could coaching. So it's one of my love that I've kind of just stuck with.
Yeah, I mean, I really can't emphasize enough how you and Mark, and I think the mentorship is just unbelievable, right? I mean, the cadre, when I got my junior national, do you remember that letter that you guys gave us?
I do.
It was something like, don't keep this information.
Right.
Don't keep what you've learned. You have to go back and share it.
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, and that was something that stuck with me, and it's impacted my whole life. You know what I mean?
Well, volleyball is not just volleyball on the court. It is a life experience. I mean, it's the things that you learn how to interact with people here. You also interact with people off the court. So it's not just a one-day thing on the volleyball court. It's your entire life. I literally eat, live, and sleep volleyball 24/7. So some people call me crazy, but it's something that I love. It's the passion that I have. So, but you talk about that letter. It's like I always want people to be better than I am. Because I can't do this forever. I will be old one day, and whoever I want to, I want those people that come in behind me and to be able to be better than I was. So.
Do you see the new Michelle Prater? I mean, Mark Prater, do you guys, do you talk about that sort of thing?
Well, there's a core group of young people that are coming up that can be great. The question is, do they want to be it? Do they, because there was some sacrifices made, as far as the kids growing up, had to be away from home sometimes. And it takes a village to do this if you have a family. If you're single, it shouldn't be that hard. You just have your job obligations. But when you have family, you have to have people at home to be able to back you, be able to take care of the family while you're gone, and have that support.
So what types of things would you tell people that come to you and say, Michelle, would you be my mentor? Would you, what can I do? What should I do?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple people I think right now in mind that have international aspirations that are very young. And obviously I tell them to keep their head in the game, to make smart decisions on and off the court, because the things that happen off the court can take your career quicker than they can with things that happen on the court.
Wow.
So you just have to be very careful in the decisions that you make, as you're looking to move forward.
So what you think those powers that be they're aware of what's going on off court?
Oh, yeah. Remember, it's a volleyball family, and volleyball is very small. So word gets around really, really quick.
Yeah. So the other game that we play, and it's well, it's not a game, but I always tell every official, referee that match like Michelle Prater is at your court.
Oh yeah, everybody's you're being watched.
I mean, I say that because we play a game like that, 6 degrees of separate of from Kevin Bacon or whatever.
Yeah.
I say it's 6 degrees of separation from Michelle. Like, you have probably coached or refereed with or played with somebody that knows you.
Yeah.
So it does not take very long for the word to get back to you.
Right.
And I mean, and I think our region has a very high standard.
We do. Between me and Mark both, and there's a bunch of other people. I mean, we do hold our region very high. Our training, I think, is pretty good compared to others. Oh
my gosh, Steve, Paul. I mean, Paul. I was grateful to have Paul.
Yeah.
And he was. He knew the game, right?
Yes.
I mean, he also was probably one of the most accomplished officials that we've had come from the United States, and we're just blessed to have you and Paul come from support our region so thoroughly. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Would you take us through a high stakes match, like what you do before the match?
High stake match. I have a routine. So obviously, you have your comfort food before the match. You have your special drink, which is not cranberry grape at this point.
It's not.
No.
What is your?
Typically a sweet tea.
Okay.
So I always have my tea.
You're a Dr. Pepper person too.
Yes. I'm addicted to Dr. Pepper. So it's very hard. I've tried to get rid of the caffeine. So Dr. Pepper is not quite in there unless it's been a long day and I need to pick me up, then it's the Dr. Pepper. But typically it's sweet tea. You go into the dressing room and, you have your conversation with your partner, your pregame. You pregame with your line judges. And then once I get dressed, I go to the bathroom in front of the mirror and I just take just a minute. Ponytail is always, the hair's always up in the ponytail.
Oh yeah. And it's swinging too.
So that's part of the ritual. That's part of the routine. And after I put my ponytail up, you look in the mirror and say, don't screw up.
Yeah.
You've got this. It's like I'm the cheerleader at that point in time, boosting myself up and saying, I can do this. And so it's just about a minute or so, and then life is good. We go, let's go rough it. So
you have to be refereeing at an all-time high confidence-wise, eh? Would you say?
Absolutely. Because it's, it's like I can ref the match, but if my confidence tanks, it's not good on the court. And just for instance, the pro leagues, coming into the pro leagues, I'm just coming off the college season. I haven't really refed a lot. It's a new rule set. So trying to get back into the rule set that you're reffing that time. And there's times where the confidence level drops and you can see it, for me, you can see it in my reffing.
Really?
Well, at least I can. I know. I'm like, when you're having to do a replay because you blew your whistle too quick, those are mistakes that you don't make at this level.
Yeah.
So it's like, you've got to keep your confidence level up to do this.
Yeah. And the expectation is perfection though, right? Is that realistic? Because, in basketball and other sports, they just want you to be in that 90th percentile, right? Do you have, some percentage of
the
perfection?
goal is always to call a perfect match.
Have you called it?
No. When I call a perfect match, I'm retiring.
Yeah.
Then and there, we're done. But you still have to have that aspiration. You still have to want that in order to get there. Yeah. If you don't have it, you're never going to get there. But if you have it, at least you have the opportunity to have a chance to get there.
So what's the best match you think you've called? Can you go back and say, man, I felt so that I don't think there was anything that, and was it before the ball handling or after?
I would say after the ball handling, because I've always had one when we were calling ball handling that I wish I'd have called that one. I've never had, I think, a match where I was like, yeah, okay.
I got everything.
Yeah. But now with the ball handling, I mean, things are so much more relaxed in a sense. You still have to watch the catch and throws, which has now become more prone to happen, and more focus on them because we've done away with the ball handling.
So do you have a favorite match or?
I've had so many opportunities to do so many great matches. It's hard to pick one. It's like they've all been fun to work. Had great partners with all of them. I can't think of one right this minute. No.
So do you think the international game is, there's so many different things, right? There's the international, there's the pro, then there's the collegiate finals. Are all of those things the level of pressure? Do you feel they're the same, or are they?
Absolutely. Yeah. The international part of it, because I don't work international matches as often, I always worry about the rule set, because if anybody knows volleyball, there's 5 or 6 different rule sets in the U.S. So you have to know where you're at as far as which rule set you're using. So that pressure with the international part is the one that gets me the most. College level, we've been doing college long enough that we should know, the rule set there. So those are not too bad.
You did an NCAA final, multiple NCAA finals. Do you prefer to be the R1 or the R2, or do you have a preference?
My first NCAA final, I was the R2. Actually, my first 2 finals, I was the R2. And I love it. The challenge of diffusing coaches, being able to put the fire out is what I love to do. But then they gave me the opportunity to be the R1. And I'm like, there's so much more control up here, so much more fun. So I actually like to be the R1.
You do?
Yeah.
Wow, man. I think now the more I do this, the more I want to be the R2. You know what I mean? I used to.
Well, when I started, that's where I wanted to be. I wanted to be the R2, but now it's like, okay, I want to go up.
So there's a move that's named, it's called the Prater move, right? I mean, It is a famous move that we went over in our NCAA conference. And was that in a final or was that in a semi?
It was a semifinal.
So, and was it the Nebraska coach? Do you remember?
Yes.
You remember?
Yes, it was Nebraska versus Kansas.
Okay.
Of course, Kansas lost the rally. Kansas come up and goes, why didn't that line judge move? And I go, Coach, that line judge was standing at the attack line. Then he's like, well, really and truly, I was just tired of hearing the Nebraska fight song. So I just wanted to come up and have a conversation with you.
Wow. But that play, right? I think the ball, you were the R2.
Yes.
And the ball was traveling over. It had the possibility of going partially over the antenna, right?
Correct.
So I don't think anybody had you seen anybody do that before?
Maybe Brian Himmelgarn. It would be the only person that may have done it before.
Holy mackerel. So, well, during that high stakes, it was the ESPN play of the day.
It was.
I mean, I remember vividly taping it. I probably still have it on DVR. But you went to the antenna and looked up to see where the ball traveled over, whether it traveled over or outside partially. So the ball has to travel completely between the two antennas.
Yes, correct.
And I think there were several things happening. The coach came up to past the 10-foot line. You walked him back like the pro. And our minds were just like, boom. I mean, it was really, to have the thought to walk him back and then handle the conversation. Because I think you had to talk to the Kansas coach or
Kansas coach.
And then the Nebraska coach wanted to say something too or something, didn't
Probably because we were having too long of a conversation on the other side with the Kansas coach.
So how do you handle coaches? I mean, to me, I think that's one of the hardest things.
It is
talking to coaches I mean, is there a secret to that?
No, there's not, because you never know what they're going to ask. The biggest thing is being attentive. They want to be heard, and just listen. So, a lot of times you're not going to change how they feel or what they think. Again, they can't yell at their kids about it. So who else can they yell at? They yell at us.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is just them venting. And some referees take it personal. Some people, it just bounces off them. It just depends on your demeanor, and you got to think of the mindset of what they're trying to accomplish. Some of them just want to, like I say, just yell and scream. Some of them want you to listen to them. Some of them want you to give a legit answer, to whatever question they have.
Yeah. So, I mean, is there a line for you that you say, okay, this is a sanction? And what is that line?
Oh, the line is hard because it just depends on, there's a lot of factors, how the conversation starts. Where does the coach take it? Does the coach take it personally?
Yeah.
If it becomes personal, that's when the cards typically come out a lot sooner.
Does that happen?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely. Not often, but there are times.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I think one of the things that happens is that, and I mean, this is just at my little high school club level, right? I mean, but the more familiar I think, coaches are with us, parents and players become, the less they begin to know what we're going to call, right? And what's not going to, they know they know we're trying to be fair, right? Yeah. So, I mean, I think, it's that way with you too, right? Yes. I mean, the coaches know you. I mean, Jared and the Texas coach, all of those coaches are like, we got Michelle tonight, right? So they probably don't push those in that line very, very much.
I mean, there's some that still do. I mean, obviously Jared, which I don't ref Texas very often, but I had him in the final and of course gave him the red card. But again, I've only had him like once or twice. But there is a big thing with familiarity. It's what you can get away with, maybe I can't get away with, or what I can get away with, you can't get away with. So it just, just depends on, like last year was my first year in the Big 12. So I really hadn't reffed a lot of those coaches. Now, granted, they've probably seen, if they've watched some of the finals, they may have seen some of the finals and stuff, but never had they actually had me for their match.
Yeah. So what's your standard? I mean, how do you handle if line judges or the R2 or table or someone, doesn't meet that?
Well, remember, you're a team. So you're only as good as your team. Yeah. So, a lot of it is just, support. We all make mistakes. Yeah. So, you can't beat somebody up for making a mistake. You have to cheer them on and say, hey, we got it. How can we do this, better next time? How can we do it differently so we don't make the mistake? So just boost them up, because obviously we don't want to make mistakes. No. We all want to be great at everything we do, but you can't be good unless you make mistakes.
Yeah. So. And I think with the technology now, right? I mean, at the pro level, can you tell us how that works with review or challenge? And are the two pro leagues different in terms of their challenges and stuff?
You can challenge different things in both the two leagues. Obviously we don't have line judges. So you're relying on a lot of what you see. Now, obviously, the League One did not have the ball tracking very often. So those are one of the toughest things you can, as far as trying to follow the ball and see the touch. So there was times where we actually challenged ourselves. We did a referee challenge because we weren't quite sure if the ball was in or out.
Oh, okay. So the coaches can obviously challenge. Is it the same number of challenges in the pro leagues as there are?
So one league only has one challenge and the other league has two challenges.
Oh, wow. And if you are correct, you keep them. So you can have two through the entire 5-set match.
Yeah. Huh? Well, it's per set.
Oh, two per set.
Yeah, 2 per
Okay.
set, or
good.
either the 1 per set, depending on
Got
which league you're working.
Okay.
So if you win it, you keep it. If you lose it, then it costs you less.
So how do you feel not having line judges? I mean, do you miss them on the corners? 'Cause it's part of my routine now, right? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I just look, and I mean, you don't have them to look at, right?
Right, exactly. And it's hard to break that routine sometimes, especially, obviously the R1 is on the bench side. So when the coach is standing close to the line on the right side, it's just an automatic type thing. You look because you're looking for a line judge.
Yeah.
But the first year, I think I missed the line judges. This is the third year I've done MLV now, and I don't quite miss them anymore. Which, knowing that we have the cameras and stuff that has amazing speeds to catch those little bitty touches, it's not, the pressure's not there anymore.
Yeah.
So,
do you think that's gonna? It's changed the game, eh?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Do you think it's gonna push itself down technology wise to collegiate? And I mean, some colleges are already doing it, but do you think? I mean, I'm sure you get that question a lot, right? I mean, are they going to get rid of line judges?
I don't think so, to be honest with you. The speed of the cameras that they have, I don't think the colleges want to pay the money for it.
Yeah.
I mean, would it be nice? Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of new rules coming into play where, positional faults, players can move on toss. The serving team doesn't have to be, in the correct order, which are going to make things very difficult if we don't have the technology that we have right now. We have tablets on the pole to be able to see where rotations are at. Without those, if the serving team can stand wherever they want, it's going to make it a lot difficult to find rotationals.
So, I mean, I thought that seems to be really difficult for me because, I mean, I am tracking that serving team too, right? I mean, but do you feel that's an advantage, or do you think it matters as much? Do you like that change?
As long as I have the software, I can see where everybody's at. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
If I didn't have the software, I wouldn't like it because I really wouldn't know what's going on. I wouldn't know. It would be a lot harder to keep track of where they're actually supposed to be on the court. So.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have, front row players in the back row. It's hard to identify, who those players are. I mean, it's a little bit more difficult. I mean, that's why that information is so critical for us as the R1 and R2, I think. What other technological things do you think are coming up? Do you have any thoughts around?
I really don't. I know we just changed the center line rule where we can challenge the center line in college, which I think is a great change. I feel like it should have been there all the time, just not quite sure why it wasn't.
And that's what, whole foot over, or but that's what you can challenge. And it used to be you could have a foot over as long as it's not safety or interference.
Right.
But now it's whole foot over, rallies over.
Correct.
And you like that?
I guess it takes out the guessing game.
Yeah.
Because before it was the foot over, was there anybody close? And what's close for you is not close for me, or vice versa. So it made it a little bit more difficult to actually call the fault.
Yeah. So. Do you think the serving team positional fault thing is going to push itself down to collegiate play and all the other play? Because I think
I have a feeling it will.
You do.
I do. It may not be this year. I know Ryan is trying to make a lot of changes. If this year the R2 doesn't have to make the fault signal.
Yeah.
So there's little things coming along. It's just people don't like change.
Yeah.
So it makes it hard sometimes to get those changes in.
Yeah, I mean, I love Ryan. I mean, he's just an affable guy.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and it seems like those changes are coming from the international level. Is that what you feel happens is internationally, and then, it just gets pushed down to college and then high school?
Right.
Probably. And then you think club is before high school, or high school's the last to change?
I think high school's the last to change.
Yeah. So do you feel like, I mean, you're an assigner too, right? So, I mean, I neglected to mention that. I mean, I thought you coached, you're an official, you played, I mean, and you assigned Georgia high school volleyball. I mean, that's just, how do you stay so organized? I mean, I'm just like, and listen, you'll send me an email and say, Kai, we don't have your direct deposit form. And I'm like, how do you know? I mean, it's just, you got 400 officials.
I'm trying to pay you, Kai.
Oh my
I can't pay you unless I have that information.
I know, but I'm just like, how do you know that? And I mean, everybody says, man, Michelle told me I didn't have my certificate in, that I watched the official, whatever it is, the module.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you know?
It's organization and Excel spreadsheets, for sure.
They're your friend. Huh?
They're my friend. There's too many of them, but yes, they're. So
it's unbelievable. So I was thinking the other day when, I've been trying to get you on to talk to you for probably 5 years, right? And
Yes,
your
I think
schedule,
so.
and I mean, it's off the chain. So, and I love it, but I'm so happy you're here. But we talked about how many officials officials you've actually like seen go through and become junior nationals, not even regionals, but junior nationals and national officials. I mean, you were the head of officiating in USAV for what?
6 years.
6 years.
Yep.
And during that process, you saw 80 people, maybe 100?
There was 90, 60 JNs and 30 nationals that came through every year.
So that number, the number of people that you've personally touched, I mean, and spread that mantra to, give this to someone else. I mean, it's unbelievable, right? I mean, it's rewarding.
It's nice to see, for instance, Bob Watson. We all should know Bob Watson.
Yes.
He's one of our high school referees, one of our junior nationals. Bob went through the process twice. So to see them to get their goal, to achieve their goal, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you've seen so many people grow, and it's just awesome. I mean, I think that your influence is just across the nation, right? I mean, it's just like, it's unbelievable. It's one of the things that I really admire, and that I just don't see how, there's so many people that text you. I'm just like, you must get 600. I mean, like the little circle that I'm in. I'm like, man, okay, I can, but you get texts and calls from.
I get quite a few. I make joke at our high school meeting that I hate my phone, and don't call me because I won't answer it. It's like text me or send me an email.
It's just easier to.
Yeah.
So we're here actually in the Georgia World Congress Center. We've got our regional championships in the Southern region, and teams are trying to get bids to go to. What is it, Indy and Minnesota this year?
Yeah.
And are you going to be? Do you officiate anything like near your house ever? Do you do high school or anything like that?
We have middle schools sometimes that referees can't make in Coweta County where I live. And there's times I'll grab my whistle and run out the door and go.
Middle school match?
Yeah. I actually did a scoring match for one of our middle schools last year.
That's just crazy, right? I mean, they don't even know that they've got like Volleyball Mary, at their, court. It's just amazing to me. And I'm like, do you know that you've got Michelle Prater on your court? And there was one match, Michelle, I think you did every single position at the table.
I did.
You did. I remember this. You kept score.
Yep.
You libero tracked. And you were the flipper.
Flip the sword.
I was like, nobody but you. I barely even keep in score. But it's just amazing, Do you feel like there's something that made you, like, are you a teacher at heart, basically? Do you think?
I've never been a teacher, but I guess I do like to teach. So I would say, I guess, yes, I would be a teacher at heart.
Do you have a ref journal?
I do not. And I've been told that I need to keep one, but I have never done it. I wish I would have, because 30-something years of blowing a whistle, I couldn't imagine. I can't remember all the stories.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to go back and see all the crazy things.
So was there something that happened maybe during a match that was impactful for you, like recently, or that changed kind of, do you have you've got a ref philosophy, eh?
I guess I do.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we want to do a good job. We want to get in and get out. I want to get in and get out and not be seen.
Yeah.
You know, if I make a mistake, and I still make mistakes, I go back and put my head in the rule book, and you know, it won't happen again.
Yeah.
That's my philosophy. If you know, mistakes are going to be made.
Yeah.
The question is can you learn from them?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's so different now, right? Too, with challenge review and all that stuff. I mean, how do you handle if something like that, you know, if you call something and, you know, there's a challenge and it's overturned, right? Like, does that impact your?
It really doesn't. I mean, the biggest thing is, you know, again, like I say, we make mistakes. I go back and view the film to see where was the focus, you know, why did I make the mistake?
Yeah.
How did I miss, you know, the net fault or the center line fault that's being challenged is overturned.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. What would you say if you had to rank the most important things in terms of being a volleyball official? Like, what would you say you needed to know or learn or have in your tool belt?
Personality would be, I think, my top one. I mean, you have to have the mindset to do the job. Obviously, the knowledge of the rule book, being able to communicate, listen and communicate, I guess would be my top three.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. I guess I think there's so many, we have to get things done with people, right? I mean, table, our team. So that's really, do you ever get yelled at by parents? I mean,
absolutely.
Really? Like, I'm thinking like, they can't be mad at what you're calling.
You know, it doesn't matter. You can still call a perfect game in your mind, and fans are not going to like what you called. You know, 2 years ago, I can remember getting yelled at Purdue as we're walking down the tunnel. And it's like, wow, I've never been yelled at like that in a while. I mean, coming up, we made mistakes and we got yelled at all the time. But, you know, 2 years ago, I felt like I was a really good referee. And here I am getting yelled at, but I don't know what the circumstances were. He may have had a beer in his hand.
Oh, yeah, probably. He didn't know. I mean, were you like, man, that wasn't a good match? Or did you have that thought process? Do you think that sometimes?
There are times, yes, that I walk away and go, that was not good. Yeah. And there's a lot of times I refer to the match as the show. Because international, it's a show. It's not a volleyball match in you know, the big wigs' minds. Yeah. It's the show, and it's same with the pro league too. Yeah. You know, it's all about the show. Yeah. And there's times where we're like, that was just not good for the show. Yeah. So
yeah, man, there's so much I want to talk to you about, just in terms of, you know, getting that feedback during an NC finals match, like breaking down. What those, who would it be? Are site directors or a match director that's there that would, you know, or does Devaney, do they just watch the match on tape? I mean, I want to delve into all of that stuff. So,
well, your NCAA finals, you typically have Ryan there. Yeah. Ryan's the director, so he's there. And there's not a lot of things that we talk about unless there's something that really blows up. And then he's like, okay, maybe we could have handled this a little different, or maybe we could have done this, you know, this way. But other than that, it's like, finals, we're done. You guys did a great job, hopefully. And we just go celebrate.
Yeah. You're working the next one, huh? Well, I mean, there's so much that I want to talk to you about. Will you come back?
Absolutely.
I
would love to come back.
I adore you. I love you. You are my volleyball mom. I mean, I just appreciate everything that you've done for me. There have been times when I didn't feel like I was going to do this, and I messed up so bad, and you were like, don't stop.
No.
So, I mean, I appreciate that. I'm sure, there's so many other people that have that story that you've said that to. And I collectively say thank you from all of them.
No, thanks for you guys.
To you. So we appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. And I just look forward to having you again.
Absolutely. I'd love to come back.
So thank you very much for being here.
Thanks for having me.